beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a quick makeover video with the beautiful Michelle from Teach in Fashion, which is one of my favorite blogs, and she is one of my favorite people. We teamed up and I decided to do her makeup for the Mapleview Muse event that we attended recently. She is absolutely gorgeous and doesn't need much makeup at all, but we wanted to do something a little special, so stay tuned and watch. After a quick spritz of primer spray, we went in with the Makeup Forever HD foundation, which is one of Michelle's absolute favorites. We applied this all over the face and blended it down the neck using the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. This is a great foundation for Michelle because she doesn't like to wear a lot of makeup, but it gives a good medium coverage and looks natural at the same time, so it looks like she's wearing nothing but her natural skin. We wanted to add a little bit of depth to her face, but at the same time keeping it natural. So we decided to do a subtle cream contour using a L'Oreal concealer stick. To blend that contour out, I went in again with the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. Michelle had pretty much perfect skin with absolutely no blemishes, no issues that needed to be addressed other than under eye darkness. So we decided to apply my favorite Maybelline Master Conceal Concealer under her eyes just to brighten the area and make them look more awake. To blend out the concealer, I used the other end of the sponge, and I also took that concealer onto her eyelids to even out any veins or uneven tone. And then to add even more brightness and make that concealer last all night long, we decided to set it using the Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, which is my absolute favorite, as I'm sure you know by now. I then went in with a little bit of the Lorac eyeshadow primer to prime her lids because she does have oily skin and oily eyelids, and we want her eyeshadow to last all night. I then set that primer with Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean eyeshadow. Then I went in with Latte for Makeup Geek as her transition. I really wanted to use this color because it is the perfect neutrally brown for any sort of bright shades, and we were doing a soft, subtle purple smoky eye. To start bringing in that purple tone, I grabbed Unexpected from Makeup Geek and I ran that through the crease, focusing in the outer corner and sort of winging it out a little bit to elongate her eyes. You'll see that the shades I'm choosing in this look are purple, but they're not too intense. Michelle is not someone who wears a lot of eyeshadow, and if we wanted a purple look, that's beautiful, but we want something a little bit easier. Next, I'm going in with a gorgeous lavender shimmer shade, which is from the Marc Jacobs Style Icon palette in the Tease. It's a stunning color, and the entire palette is absolutely beautiful. It just gives that gorgeous glow to the eyes with that hint of purple. Once I've placed that all over the lid, I'm going to go back in with an orchid purple color from the same palette and place that into the crease, focusing on the outer corners. Michelle has quite deep set eyes, so I really wanted to keep all of the dark colors on the outer edges to highlight the inner corners and make everything look more wide and awake. And then of course, to finish it off, I'm going to take a blending brush and clean up all the edges. Next, I'm going to sweep off any of that excess powder we used to set the eyes, and this will also remove any fallout. Seeing as this was a special occasion and a fun chance for Michelle to wear a little bit more makeup than usual, she wanted to go for a pretty heavy wing. So I took my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper and created a nice thick wing to really open up her eyes and add a lot of drama to the look. Michelle has gorgeous green eyes, so I loved that this liner and the shades that we used really framed her eyes and brought the color to life. And to finish off those eyes, I'm actually going to take 3 colors to do the lower lash line. First, I'm going to go in with Latte, and then Unexpected, and then in with the Orchid purple shade, but just in the outer corners. Moving on to face, I decided to bronze up her complexion quickly before going in for a nice subtle contour. I did want to give her some nice cheekbones as she doesn't contour on a daily basis, but I wanted it to be quite subtle and simple. Contouring is one of my absolute favorite things to do for my clients and friends because it shows them the power of makeup and what they can really achieve. At the end of the day, my favorite thing about doing makeup for other people is giving them the opportunity to see themselves in a different light and see how beautiful they are with and without makeup. Next step in the whole process was to add some blush, and we used the Marc Jacobs Shameless Bold Blush in the shade Reckless. It's a gorgeous mauve-y nude. One of the very first things Michelle mentioned to me before we even got started was that she wanted me to work some magic on her eyebrows. So I used the shade Mocha from Geek and an angled liner brush to fill in her eyebrows and add a little bit more to the tail. Then I added a little bit of a highlight using Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop. I didn't want to add too much because Michelle does have quite oily skin, and I knew that throughout the day she would get a little bit of her own natural glow, but I did want to add something a little special and sparkly. And for the final touch to the eyes, I went in with mascara, and I used the Maybelline Lash Sensational, which is a huge favorite of both mine and hers, so it was the best choice for this look. Michelle's natural lashes are pretty amazing. They are long and full, and she has a lot of them. So this mascara worked beautifully, but we didn't want to add any falsies or anything like that. And lastly, for lips, we wanted to do something that was a little bit of a neutral pink sort of lip, very subtle but quite pretty and springy. So we went with the NYX lip liner in the shade Natural, and then topped that off with the Gerard Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Rodeo Drive. A little spritz of setting spray and Michelle is done. So that's the look, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Michelle is such a beautiful person, and she has an amazing blog, so I will leave the link in the description bar, and make sure you go check her out. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye!